In today's video, I will be talking about IELTS listening module. In this video, I will also share about how to get that 8 plus bands in IELTS listening to overall improve your band score. And with these 10 tips, not only I will talk about these tips, but I will also talk about how to implement them. And the 10th tip is really important for you guys to reduce your mistakes at the end moment. So please watch the video till the end to know the 10 tips and how to increase your bands in IELTS listening module. But before going to the actual video, I would talk about the current situation in India. As you know, if you are an Indian, then the situation is becoming far much worse, I would say, and the cases are rapidly increasing. So I would just like to say that stay positive, stay safe, be happy, and when you are stronger in these difficult times, then eventually we will just overcome this thing and everything will be okay in the future. So I would just like to say that thing because it's very tense in India, and I just want to say that if you're not aware. And yeah, that is it. And so my first tip is adjust with yourself with different accents. So you know that in the IELTS listening, there are recordings where the narrator is narrating the things in the different accents. So you don't say that the other recording will be in Canadian accent or in American accent or in Australian or other different accent. You have to adjust with these accents to get to know what the other people is saying. So if you're an Indian and you are talking to an Indian, then it's quite easy, you can get that what he is saying. But it might be difficult if a person is from America and you are conversing with them. Even if you are speaking in English, they have that quiet touch which is like native to them. So I would recommend that you should be consuming different accents in your atmosphere. That will be really helpful to kind of कि आपको पता चलता रहेगा कि हाँ जो वो बोल रहा है वो आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं. And by note that I'm making this video in both Hindi and English because there was few comments that were saying that you are speaking in English and some were that you are not speaking in Hindi and other that stuff. So I would just like to make it a mix up so that everyone can get what I'm trying to say. And how to and now the thing comes like how to implement them. Then I have 2 tips for you. Of that, the first thing that I have said is listening to music. Like actually I was a very big fan of music from pop culture. I love English songs, so that really helped me to get that few words which we pronounce in Indian English is quite different from the American English. So that really gives me a thing. And the second thing which I have already done and really gets a lot of benefit is consuming YouTube in English language. Like I know when I was preparing for IELTS, I consumed at most 95% of the content in English, and the rest of 5%, if I'm getting that more, then I will just listen to some things in Hindi or in my regional language. And these 2 tips will really help you to adjust with the different accents, which is really important. Now the second thing is spelling mistake. So spelling matters a lot, guys. Spelling, if you are incorrect, if you write incorrect spelling in the IELTS listening, then the whole marks is deducted. Like there is not a thing that you know the answer but you just wrote it down double A instead of an A, then the whole marks is deducted. So the thing to solve this tip and to think to मतलब आपको स्पेलिंग में अगर दिक्कत हो रही है तो आप कैसे उसको प्रैक्टिस करें. सो आई वुड रेकमेंड कि आप उसको 10 बार लिखें. अगर आप किसी चीज़ को 10 बार लिख रहे हैं तो आपको दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा कि हाँ कि जो मैंने स्पेलिंग लिखी है अब वो मेरे से बाद में गलत नहीं होगी. अगर आप फिर से गलत हो रही तो फिर उसको 5-10 बार और लिखें. और आई वुड गिव यू अ गारंटी कि अगली बार वो मिस्टेक कम होने की चांसेस है और वो होएगी नहीं क्योंकि आपने इतनी प्रैक्टिस कर रही है. Now the third tip, which is also very underrated but it really matters it, and that is plural and singular. If in recording the thing is bags and you have wrote bag in the answer, then it's wrong. So you have to pay a lot of attention to the recording कि वो bag कह रहा है या फिर bags कह रहा है. If it is telling bags, then you have to write it down bags, and vice versa may also happen. So I would just say that you have to be more concentrated on the recording to get that answer, and it's really important. You have to predict it, and you have to get that answer like what the recording is saying, and you have to write it down like what you have actually heard. Now the fourth tip is which I have already told in the third tip, is predicting the answers. Like if there's a question which is saying that I have to go to college at, so that's quite simple, that at it's about time, talking about time, then you have to not pay the lot of attention towards the whole recording. You have to pay attention the question with that which is telling you about the time. So you have to like predict the answers. इससे क्या होगा कि आपका टाइम सेव होगा. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप ज़्यादा कंसंट्रेटेड हो गए कि आपको आंसर कहाँ ढूंढना है, एंड यू विल बी लाइक अ काइंड ऑफ अवेयर कि हाँ यही आंसर होगा. नाउ my fifth tip is you have to use your time very wisely in IELTS listening. See, when you got the answer, you have to write it down immediately. आपको वहीं पे लिख देना है आंसर. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने लिखा नहीं, क्योंकि फिर आंसर की रिकॉर्डिंग चल रही है और हो सकता है कि एक ही सेंटेंस में दो आंसर्स हो. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी क्विक विद द आंसर्स. यू हैव टू राइट इट डाउन इमीडिएटली. जैसे आपको आंसर मिल जाए, आप पेन एंड पेपर में भली गंदी हैंड राइटिंग में लिख दे, क्योंकि आपको 10 मिनट्स बाद में मिलने वाले हैं. सो आई वुड से कि जैसे आपको आंसर मिलता है आप जल्दी से लिख जाए और फिर कंसंट्रेट ऑन द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस. एंड दिस इज़ रियली हेल्पफुल, लाइक दिस इज़ रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर मी, बिकॉज जब मैंने स्टार्टिंग में दिया था तब मेरे को ऐसे कोई बताने वाला नहीं था, बट येस आई हैव लर्नड इट एंड दैट रियली हेल्प्ड मी एंड सेव माई टाइम वेरी वाइजली. नाउ द सेवेंथ और आई गेस द सिक्स्थ थिंग इज be aware of the recording. These people are really smart. They just give you like, आपको घुमाने की कोशिश करेंगे. There may be a question like, I have to attend that meeting at 11 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry, the meeting is like postponed. The actual meeting is at 1 p.m. So you know the answer from 11 a.m. have been changed to 1 p.m. So you have to be like really careful with the answer. Like you have to concentrate your whole attention. आपको मतलब जितना भी आप हो, मतलब जितना भी आपका फोकस लग रहा है वो सब आपको रिकॉर्डिंग में डालना है. उस टाइम आपको इधर उधर का नहीं सोचना है. यू हैव टू बी मोर concentrated towards the recording, and then you will get that answer correctly. And yeah, that is my sixth tip. Now the seventh tip is answer in capital letters. See, it totally depends upon you. Like I'm not saying that you have to write it capital letters, but हाँ अगर आप capital letters में लिखोगे then it's very clear. You know, there are people who do not have good handwriting, so writing in capital letters will be very easy, and it's allowed in IELTS in all the modules to write in capital letters. तो आप कैपिटल्स लेटर में लिखोगे तो इट्स बी वेरी क्लियर, इट विल बी वेरी कंसाइज टू यू नो read the text which you have wrote it down. And in both IELTS listening and reading, I would recommend that to use capital letters. There, like small letters are also allowed, but I would recommend that you should write capital letters in the answers booklet. Now, my next tip is when you are done with this, like the recording, and when you have wrote down the answers, you have to cross-check your answers. That is really important. And checking your answers may help to, जब अगर आपने कोई मिस्टेक कर दिया, आपने कोई स्पेलिंग जैसे लिख दी लेकिन आप भूल गए उसको क्रॉस चेक करना, देन दैट 10 मिनट्स लगेगा. अगर आपने विद इन 5 मिनट्स में आंसर लिख दिया, आपके पास 5 मिनट्स है, यू डू नॉट हैव टू जस्ट लाइक सिट देयर एंड यू नो सी हियर एंड देयर. इंस्टेड यू जस्ट क्रॉस चेक इट. आप एक बार फिर से अपने आंसर्स को देखिए कि कहीं मैंने मिस्टेक कर तो नहीं दी, एंड ऑल दैट थिंग. And my next tip is also related to consuming that accent, which is like I would recommend to listen to BBC, which is really important to adjust the British accent. BBC is a channel which talks about like documentaries and that other things which you can consume it. And that will help you to get a good command over British English, which usually comes in the IELTS listening. But yeah, that is my all the tips. This is a long video, but I have covered all the things. And if you really liked it, then please like and subscribe to my channel. It really motivates me to make more such content in the future. And if you really like this, then please share with your friends. It really means a lot to me. I don't know that it's 10 tips. It may be 8 to 9 tips, but it totally depends. You can adjust with these onlys. And yeah, that is my video. I hope you like it. And till then, see you in the next video. Bye.